Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dal. It's yet another month in the War Within, and that means we got a bunch of new items popping up on the trading post, which we have been able to data mine for quite a little bit during 11.2 PTR testing. We saw a lot of different sets, a lot of thematic components that'll be arriving at some point in the future to trading post, and the month of September has a number of these goodies. Especially big this month if you're a fan of the Dwarven aesthetic. Now, I know dwarves have been around in the game for a very long time, but I feel like year after year, expansion after expansion, a lot of players still look at dwarves as very underrated, even though they have some of the best ratios in the game regarding endgame PvE content. But this month in particular, dwarf players are really receiving a lot of love this time around, together with some returning items that are making their way back to the trading post. For this video, I wanted to go over exactly what's available on this month's roster, but also how to obtain all of these items as quickly as possible, and which activities you should focus on in order to catch up and collect all of your trader's tender if you try to complete your traveler's log as quickly as possible. As always, if you guys want to see more regular videos such as these for the War Within expansion, be sure to follow the channel and subscribe. But otherwise, let's dive right in. So in the month of September, all of the items are going to be very thematic, as in Dwarven theme specifically. And I feel like we get some Dwarven items here and there. I feel like over the last few seasons, however, there's a lot of Blood Elfy and Elfy style armor sets on the trading post and the transmogs in general. But a proper Dwarven attire is something I'm super excited for, as well as some proper Dwarven mounts, some griffins specifically. One of those griffins is a cinder-plumed Highland griffin, which I really wish I could see the entire special animation because it literally goes off screen, but I'm sure it looks absolutely... You know what? Actually, just take a look exactly what it looks like, just so we can see it fully. I hate how it goes off screen like this. But with the Highland Griffin, this is more or less what it looks like. Big fan of the Griffin look, the extra armor that definitely has this Dwarven look about it, and the special animation. The Griffin animation has him doing a bit of this like backflip in mid-air, which looks really good. I also like the little touch of lightning that's all around the wings that slowly like sparks out a little, very faintly. Definitely looks amazing. It's like a mix of a Castle Guard Griffin, but more closer to like the Wildhammer Dwarves Griffins instead. And the monthly reward, while we're talking about Griffins, is the green version of these Griffins. So you're getting at least a version of it for completing the monthly catalog of trader posts for September, which I think is really good. I think if anything, they should bare minimum put at least mounts as the monthly reward for every single one of these trading posts. I feel like pets, not everyone's favorite. Some mogs can be cool in situations, but a mount, that is something everybody can ride. So whether you want the one from the trading post or from the monthly catalog, you can add both of them technically to your collections. Now the rest of the Dwarven themed items are going to be Ensemble of the Bronzebeard Ceremonial Collection. So you have actual Dwarven looking armor with all the gems, the hammers, the gold sigil in the center, the crystals on the side, and with it being like red variation, which I'm definitely going to check out. There's also the Azurite variation as well. So if this is the Bronzebeard look, you also have the Magni look as well. So instead of those crystals being red, they have this Azurite color, and I mean, this one looks, I think it's going to look really good on any of the earthen dwarves, like the crystal dwarves that we can play within Khazar. Those would probably look really good in it. But this one definitely brings out this whole champion the wounds from BFA Magni screaming at me about collecting more AP power, which is honestly, I mean, the sound clips from Magni literally are going to live in my head for the rest of my life, I think, but definitely a really good armor set. And if you have access to a recalibrated toy, which you can buy on the auction house, you can turn yourself into a dwarf to preview what some of these armor sets may look like. And I'm a big fan of the Bronzebeard armor. However, I also do have a small issue with it. The chest piece that has the ram on it, your beard is gonna clip through it, unfortunately. So if you're a big stickler for cosmetics and items not clipping through each other, unfortunately that beard is gonna be clipping through that ram center. So if you do play a dwarf, potentially you may want to go with a slightly different beard style in order to either cover it up completely or to cover it up less than anything. But whether you get the Bronzebeard variation of this or the Magni variation with the Azurite shoulders, it's a really good armor fitting a dwarf. And I feel like if you were to replace the helm and maybe one of the shoulders or possibly the belt or something, you could possibly use some of these pieces as part of like your own custom-made ensemble. A lot of these definitely do look Dwarven, and while they, technically anybody can wear them, I think in particular dwarves really do look good with this new set of armor. To add to those customization options, you also have the Bronzebeard Ancient Crusher as well, which I'll just show on the side. The lightning emanating off of the mace is actually a really nice touch. Then of course you also have the Azurite version, the Speaker's Ancient Crusher with blue lightning instead of red lightning. Huge fan of this as well. You got the Bronzebeard Ceremonial Gavels, which are one-handed maces, almost look like axes, but not quite so. I like the effects kind of from the eye sockets or the eye area, things emanating off of that as well. And there's of course the Azurite version for this as well. We have the back pieces, which is a Bronzebeard's portable forge, as well as the Azurite version of it from the Speaker's version. I really would love some of these items to be like a real functional forge one day, where you, like, if you're a blacksmith and you have this as a back piece, then you can just start crafting items like out in the field if that's what you wanted to do. I think stuff like this would be really cool to see in the future, just items that have a little bit more functionality than just looks alone. For ranged users, Bronzebeard's Mighty Crossbow is yet another weapon that hunters will be able to utilize, as well as the Speaker's variation as well. But we also have the Crystal Ward for the Bronzebeard, as well as the Speaker's version, which is an offhand slot. So whether you play a hunter, whether you play like a warrior, or possibly a caster, there's a bunch of little items that you can use in order to combine together with this dwarvish looking set, which is something I'm actually a huge fan of in general. Besides the big Dwarven thematics that we have for this set, we also have a number of other items, like an ensemble of rainy day attire. I like some of these contemporary looking sets, and this is just a rain jacket. Kind of cool, but most likely we'll be getting more variations of this later down the line over the next few weeks. Ornery Breeze Strider is going to be a Legion style tall book mount that you can obtain as well if you're looking to add more mounts to your collection. However, I'm not even 100%, but I know that with Legion Remix, we'll be getting a bunch of recolors and variations of this Breeze Strider. So potentially this is something that's available now, but will be made available in Legion Remix, or there'll be one in Legion Remix that looks very scarily similar to it. So if you are someone who is really behind on some of that trader's standard currency, this may be one of those mounts that you could potentially hold off on as well. As for some of the sweatsuits, we also have an aquatic variation, as well as a aquatic helm, the Prowler's helm. Those are back, and I'm a huge fan of this mask that they got going on. And we also got even more aquatic items, such as aquatic water skirt and leg wraps, as well as the variations of those items as well. Depending on how many trading post currency you have, you might be able to buy all of these pieces or some of them if that's what you're looking to get. And lastly, we also have some returning items as well. The ensemble of the Plunderlord's Luridian Finery, which is the Plunderlord set, I think looks really, really good. We got the red variation for the original Plunderstorm, the dark and purple variation for the new one, and then we have one that's specialty there for the trading post as well. Definitely one of the better items. They have a lot of pieces that can actually be customized and mismatched with other pieces as well. I've seen a lot of people utilize the different parts of the set to combine with other pieces. I think it actually has a lot of variation, especially if you like the color yellow. We also got the Kag Legs Radiant Crocodilus, the yellow variation to match the set. Claws, which is also a yellow version of the Plunderstorm pet. You have the green Brewfest Bulwark, which is perfect because the Brewfest is going to be available as of this month specifically, as well as some more Dwarven items such as the Wildhammer Scout's headgear, which potentially could maybe fit together with one of the griffins that is available for this month's trading post as well. Now, if you are trying to complete your Traveler's Log as quickly as possible for the month of September, I actually think the easiest way to do it is to just wait a couple of days and then do a combination of quests, world quests, but also time walking content as well, because we'll be getting Cataclysm time walking very, very soon. And with that, you'll be able to get a lot of bonuses that will be overlapping at the same time. When it comes to quests specifically, there'll be a bunch of them that are overlapping at the same time. And if you complete 50 quests in general on a character, whether you're doing it on your main or level in your character, you're looking at 300 points just from that alone. Which you can do world quests, like doing rep farming if you're still behind on the Koresh rep for any reason, or if you have a new character you want to level, that's also going to help out completing all those quests, especially if you start a new character. Some of the earlier zone quests, you end up going through them ridiculously quickly. But while you're doing some max level quests on the main character, world quests with phase diving, PvP world quests, a single one, a world quest for the world boss as well, and even just completing 25 world quests on a character awards you additional actually 500 bonus traveler's log points. So you look at 800 with that alone. If the last 200 you're trying to complete, just do a couple of Cataclysm events during Cataclysm time walking, which you'll be doing on your main character and your roles anyway in order to get them some additional gear. We also have the Cataclysm raid that will be made available during that time as well, which can award hero track gear on your main and your ults as well. A great alt gearing opportunity for this week specifically. And this altogether gives you just a lot of events that you can complete passively while working on all of your old characters and doing all your weekly activities, while being able to get yourself essentially free traveler's log completion without having to go out of your way necessarily. It's like the most efficient way that I'd say to complete your traveler's log if you're looking to do it like in a day or in a handful of days at most. Those are the activities that I really would focus on the month of September, just world quests for the most part, and then go absolutely berserk with all of your ults once Cataclysm time walking is available, and that should actually be made available very soon on the Wednesday reset over for the EU, Tuesday reset over for the NA region. With that being said, as always, I do want to thank all of you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did enjoy it or found it informative, go ahead and give this video a like, as I would very much appreciate it. Also, be sure to join our Discord community, especially if you want to keep up with any future content like Legion Remix as part of patch 11.25 and potentially more updates for the expansion of Midnight. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and as always, I'll see all of you guys at the next one.